Gates are back. Afropolitan slow by 2 and Fernie taken back the first few strides. Cataleya Summer, the red cap on the right-hand side, bounded across to lead by a length and a quarter. Ice and Fire showing up in second. La Ultimo's at the paint, now being passed by a free-striding Afropolitan, and Ice and Fire is now going to move around them. So they're chopping and changing. Ice and Fire now goes on a length and a half. Afropolitan's taken second, relegated Cataleya Summer third. Then we have La Ultimo towards the inside running rail. Fernie's going to join issue, and a further 2 lengths back to Corsican, watching all unfold from the end of the line. Ice and Fire, King of the Mellow just has a look between the breaches. Afropolitan's on the outside second, and neck away Cataleya Summer moving to the 8 peg. Fernie, La Ultimo's at the paint, 2 lengths away Corsican, and Corsican's just about to get a taste of the bridle. Ice and Fire, a clear advantage coming to the 600 by a length and a half. Cataleya Summer towards the inside, Afropolitan's around them. La Ultimo now being asked to pick up the bit towards the inside. I think his tongue's over the bit there as they come to the 400 metre marker, La Ultimo. I could be mistaken, but I think his tongue's over the bit. In the meantime, Corsican's coming home strongly on the outside. Ice and Fire clear by 2. The Blue Silks of Corsican on the outside, but Ice and Fire still has 2 lengths to spare. Corsican's in second, but Ice and Fire's building the last 100. Corsican's coming home strongly, but it's going to be Ice and Fire for the win. Corsican, Fernie, and then came Afropolitan. And as for La Ultimo, I think his tongue was over the bit when they swept the turn, and we'll get some feedback post-race. Number 3, Ice and Fire for the Alison Wright team. Keegan de Mello, they were chop and changing the first 400 metres. Corsican's running on strongest of all, but the line is looming, and Ice and Fire had enough fire in the tank. Corsican from the back end of the field, who built up a heck of a sweat back at the gates there. They washed him down on 2 or 3 occasions, did well to run on. Then came Fernie, Afropolitan, and yes, I think his tongue's over the bit there, La Ultimo. Left-hand side, that's surely his tongue over the bit there. We'll get confirmation, but tongue over the bit for the favourite La Ultimo, and that's all. Ice and Fire from Corsican inside the 200 metres, and then you'll see Tristan Godden now the last 100 metres, nothing to come, and it's all about number 3, Ice and Fire. Corsican's running on strong, drifts towards the centre outside. 3, Ice and Fire for the Twilight Mooney Quine. The Waterman Vensels, Himmel and Otter Studbred. Well done to all concerned. Keegan de Mello boots this one home.
Race number 3, the opening leg of the Pick 6 over the 1700 metre trip. Your winner, number 3, Ice and Fire, trained by Alison Wright and ridden to victory by Keegan de Mello. Well done to Ice and Fire's groom, Spoomsy, who receives a winning check on behalf of Hollywoodbets and Gold Circle. Well done, Spoomsy. Your horse looked well and he's produced the goods for you today. Excellent job. Well done, my man. Let's get Alison. Oh, Keegan de Mello is here, so we'll get Keegan in first. And Keegan's ridden this horse twice before. Last time out, third behind Unique Power. Now, was the plan always to go to the front?
Look, I actually didn't go in with a game plan, and they pretty much left it up to me as well. His horse takes quite a bit of a hold, so I was always going to play it on the break, and he didn't come out that great, and I saw horse go forward, and I elected to take a sit, and then he decided to hit the anchors early, so I elected to take it up, and yeah, he pretty much settled from there, and he quickened nicely to the line.
He seemed to enjoy it out in front, and he won a nice race. As you mentioned, he quickened up nicely, and a horse that I think that could win his fair share of races, especially if he sees out a bit more ground. Or what do you think of him?
Look, he's the maiden's out the way, which is a good thing. I think you've got to try to see him afterwards to see where he is. Look, it wasn't the strongest of fields, so he might have got away with it today, but he's got a lovely action, and obviously see him out the maiden, see how he goes, and then obviously see what happens after that. But whilst I'm here, well done to Dr. Wenzel, well done to them, and yeah, thank you very much to Mr. and Mrs. Wright as well. Big supporters of mine, and I'm very appreciative of it.
Well done to you, Keegan. How does the rest of your card look? Possibly a horse like Ralph the Rascal, your next best?
Yeah, look, Ralph the Rascal, he's a trier. He always finds 1 or 2 to beat him, but I thought he ran to some nice horses last time, so if he puts his best foot forward, he's going to be in the finish. I do think the horse of Mr. Dry is going to be very hard to beat off that sort of weight, but we're going in there trying, and then a filly like Blazing Astute, I think she's coming back to the right mark now and her right trip, so I think she's also probably one to follow.
Excellent stuff.
Thank you very much, and to my sponsors, Winning Form, thank you very much.
Well done to Keegan Mello, and let's get Alison Wright in now. And this individual, he's had 7 starts to date. I don't think he came off the strongest of form lines in the GTH meetings when he was beaten behind Paco Mali and Unique Power, but he's made nice improvement, stepped him up in trip, and that seemed to be the winning move.
Yeah, listen, this is a very special win for us, mainly for Mrs. Wenzel, Dr. Wenzel, and for Chantal at Camargue Stud. Chantal has put a lot of work into this horse before he came to us. You know, we didn't start with him, and we weren't sure if he would even race again. So yeah, it's a very special win, and also just like to thank the Wenzels for sending us a couple of horses. Roy was my first boss ever when I left school, and you know, I grew up with his kids and show jumping and that, so we go back a long time. So it's a great win, and like I say, well done to Chantal at Camargue Stud, to Himmel and Ard who bred him, and hopefully he can go on from here. You know, he has had a couple of runs and taken him time to win his maiden, but it hasn't been easy. He pulls hard at home. So well done to our guys at home, Lorato, to Nicholas and Tandile. They all, you know, have their turns in riding him in the mornings, and so yeah, I'm glad that all the hard work for everyone is paid off.
Well, as you mentioned, there's a lovely story behind this horse. Keegan DeMello's got it right aboard him for the 3rd time, lucky for him. And how does the rest of your runners throughout the rest of the day look, Alison?
Yeah, I must just say thanks to Keegan. You know, I was really worried about him going to the front, but he actually settled once he was there. So well done to Keegan. And yeah, our rest of our runners, we've got Fashion Enigma having her first run out the maidens. We're hoping she can run into the money, but I think she maybe prefers the grass. Blazing Astute has got a place chance, and hopefully Ralph can do it for us. Yeah.
Well done, Alison.
Thank you, and to our sponsors, Hollywoodbets, thank you.
Excellent stuff. Alison Wright, your winning trainer. Number 3, Ice and Fire, your winner. And as she mentioned, a wonderful story with this individual, 4-year-old son of What a Winter, and he's got the maiden out the way at the 8th time of asking, and Keegan DeMello has certainly got the best out of this individual. Well done to Himmel and Ard Stud who bred him, and well done to the owner, Dr. Waterman Wenzel.